Hey guys, Justin here. Today I'm going to be talking about the P40 Warhawk from Circle City Yoyos. This is the newest bimetal from Circle City Yoyos. In a 7068 aluminum, and it's got this nice stainless steel ring on the inside here. It also features a D bearing, which is smaller than the standard C bearing, and it's got a hand silicone response system. This is my first time ever siliconing a yo-yo. I was afraid of how it was going to turn out. Brad from Circle City offered to silicone it before he sent it over, but I elected to silicone it myself since I'd never done it before, and I was pretty happy with the results. My only complaint is that I did have some gap width issues, and I don't know if those are caused by me overfilling the response system here. This yo-yo also comes with shims that you can use. You don't have to use any shims, or you can use the 0.1 or 0.2 millimeter shims that it comes with to increase the gap width by 0.2 or 0.4 millimeters. I suppose you could use a 0.1 and a 0.2 together if you wanted to. In the hand, this feels really nice. It's got a nice soft finish. It feels good, doesn't feel super sharp. Inner cup here, really neat looking. It doesn't have a finger spin dimple. This is almost flat. If you run your finger across it, you can feel it. All the tricks I did in this video were with the 0.1 millimeter shims, 2 of them, which I found to be the best performance. I'm gonna string this up with some Airetic string, take it through a few tricks, and see how well it performs. The music you're hearing in the background is by Timid. You should check out his link in the description below. During Cold Fusion to Kamikaze, the Warhawk moves nicely through each element. At only 63.5 grams, it feels a little bit heavier than it actually is, and it needs less force to move than it feels like it should. I played this yo-yo a lot over a few days, and after I got used to it, it started to feel really great. During Skim the Gerbil, I felt some resistance with no shims, but very little resistance with the 0.1 millimeter shims, and this yo-yo hauls. It moves a lot faster than I was expecting it to, and when you put some speed into it, this thing flies. During Bouncy Castle, without shims, I could not do this trick. The yo-yo was way too responsive for me. With the 0.1 millimeter shims, it's way better. Sometimes it still snags, but that's a lot rarer. During Calypso, the Warhawk grinds for days. With the finger in the right spot, it's excellent. With the wrong spot, it'll lean, but it still grinds for quite a while because of the finish. During finger spins, at an angle it spins fine, but when it straightens out, it will wobble. There's nothing to lock your finger in place. On horizontal, I found it very easy to do my little throw and bind. Even if I missed the strings, I was still able to recover. Here is a video of me recovering. Here are my final thoughts on the P40 Warhawk from Circle City Yoyos. The Warhawk spins for a very long time. I think it's a result of the smaller D bearing, which I had never really tried before, except for on one other responsive yo-yo. It seems to make a pretty big difference because after quite a few tricks, I was able to pull it back and it still came back with a snap. On first throw, it goes a little bit slow, and then as soon as you start to push it, it flies around the string. I really like the width of this yo-yo. I don't really love narrow yo-yos. I don't really love wide yo-yos, and this one seems to be a good compromise between the two. I really like this yo-yo. I think it is a great one to have in my collection. Gap width was the only real issue that I had, and I think that it was probably just my fault. Between the customization offered with the shims and the hand siliconing, I'm betting that there's some combination of things that I can do to make it more to my liking. I think with some more experience with silicone, I would have better results. My only other complaint was with the 0.2mm shims in there. I stripped the axle. I gave it a nice tight crank, and I guess there wasn't enough axle in the threads, and it stripped it, and I was pretty disappointed with that. Then I switched to the no shims, and it was fine, but I was getting too much response, so I switched to the 0.1mm shims, and I gave it a nice safe crank, and it's been totally fine. So I would just caution you, if you have the 0.2mm shims in there, to be careful about over-tightening. Those are my thoughts on the P40 Warhawk from Circle City Yoyos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.